Pau Capell, welcome. UTMB week again.
Yeah, UTMB week, crazy week, the craziest week of the year.
This is a special time of year for all of us, but probably brings back a lot of good memories for you. Of course, 2019 champion of the big race, UTMB. You're also the champion of TDS. You've been on the podium of CCC. You did your own Breaking 20 project.
Yeah.
What has this race meant to you over time?
For me, it's the race of the year.
Yeah.
Then all the athletes, I think that in UTMB we have the love and the hate, I think, at the same time, no? We like because it's the most important race of the year, all the athletes are here, but then we hate because it's too much activities, no, in general for us, sponsors, easy runs, warm-ups and all of this. So it's, kind of different feelings, but for the race, I'm really excited this year.
Yeah. We were just talking about the 2017 race where you finished 6th place. You passed me on the final climb. But that race, I think, is special in the history of UTMB because of the level of competition that was present there. And it also, I think, was the precedent to you eventually winning the race a couple of years later. Maybe talk about your experience at the 2017 race and how that eventually set you up for victory.
Yeah, in 17 I was like, I was not professional, I think, not yet. I was more amateur, but with the eyes in the future to be for professional. And I remember in the start line with you, with Kilian, with Francois, Xavier, Jim, all the athletes that I was watching in YouTube, and I was there. So it was amazing, this start. And then I think it was the best edition in UTMB because nobody exploded.
Yeah.
Everybody finished. And like you told, no, in the last climb after Col des Montets, I remember that I caught you. We were running together to La Flégère, but I was really young.
Yeah.
And I was really passionate. I want to give everything. So finally I wanted to catch Jim Walmsley, that it was in front of us. So it was really nice, and I think it was the door. When the door started to open, it was the time.
Yeah,
I started to see the door opening, and what will happen in the future, no?
Yeah, if you go back and look at that 2017 race, it is remarkable. Again, the top 6 athletes were Francois, Kilian, Tim Tollefson, Xavier Thevenard, Jim Walmsley, and then Pau Capell, which in those top 6, there's now 12 victories among that top 6 in the 2017 race. Was that when you realized, like, maybe I have the chance to win here?
No, and I think that then the friendship that we had together in the finish line, I don't know if you remember that, I remember a lot.
Yeah.
When I arrived, I remember that we were really happy.
Yeah.
Because everybody did the job that we could do.
Yeah.
So I don't know who won. I think it was Francois.
Yeah.
But everybody was so happy. And then in some editions that you finish and the people is more angry or something like this because they don't did the time that they wanted. But the atmosphere in this edition, especially in this edition, was really nice. For me, it was the best race in UTMB in these years. It was really nice.
Yeah, it's incredible to see just like how successful everybody has been here on the race and the level of competition that year and the lack of attrition, people dropping out like there typically is. I know you've told the story about, you winning the race here in 2019 a number of times, so we don't need to spend too much time on that, but I'd love for you to maybe tell the audience a little bit about what happened last year. Obviously less happy memories where you were forced to drop out around Champex, I think. What happened there? What did you learn from it? So
what happened was that before UTMB, I didn't train a lot the nutrition. So my plan in the training, for example, was run 4 hours, go to run in the mountain. So I know where the fontaine was or where the river crossed. I drank in these places and then I didn't eat. So when I came here in the race, I had this problem. I didn't train the nutrition. Then in the race in Courmayeur, I felt good, but then I didn't eat. I didn't eat nothing to Champex. And before the climb to Champex, I felt really tired. I wanted to do a nap. I was in the floor because I needed to be there in the grass. and 2 guys helped me to arrive in Champaglac like this, on
Right.
the shoulders, and I was destroyed. So it was a bad nutrition plan. And yeah, this year we trained a lot
Work on
on it, and yeah, it was my fault. But yeah, is this, no? In this kind of races, a lot of details are really important. It's not only the performance.
Absolutely. And so obviously not only those 2 UTMB finishes, and then you had your DNF last year, but in between you had the Breaking 20 project. So, and of course CCC, TDS, you have a ton of experience here. But the Breaking 20 thing, I think, is just a remarkable story. And I think it's an interesting aspect to how you're approaching this year's race, because it was clearly a dream during the pandemic when we couldn't race, but it's still a dream to just break 20 on this course. And you've been posting about like how that's your goal this year, not necessarily to win again or to finish on the podium. Why is breaking 20 such a big goal for you?
Because it's the reason why I'm training.
Yeah.
So I think that it's because I'm older now. I won a lot of races, but I lost more races. So I didn't win all the races that I ran. So normally I finish 2nd, 3rd, 5th, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, and I won some races, and for me today is not important win races. And for me and for the brands are not important. It's not important. It's more important to touch my dreams for me. If not, I will not train. And breaking 20 born after my winning in 2019, because I thought that I could finish the race in 20 hours. And today I'm like, okay, Pau, if you could do it, why you can't do it today? What is the reason? I don't know the reason, so I don't have a reason, and I will go for it. And for me, breaking 20 today is not only my project. I feel that is the project of the community in general, because in the pandemic, the people came in Chamonix to run with me. And I ran with people during the trail to finish in Chamonix in 21 hours, 17 minutes. It was not a good time for me, but the people came. And I was like, wow, they came here. They used the money of the pocket of them to be here.
There was hundreds of people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
It's incredible.
In the start line, we had the police. And I was like, what is the police here? What are they doing? And they say, please, everybody with a mask, or this guy will not start. And everybody with a mask, 500 people more or less in the start line. So it was crazy.
It was amazing. I mean, I remember I watched hours of it on your Instagram. You just had Instagram Live going on your account. I watched hours of it. It was compelling television, running 21 hours with nobody chasing you. Still an amazing achievement. But I like the fact that you're publicly stating that breaking 20 is your goal, because to me, it feels like it depersonalizes it in some ways. It's not about like winning or beating other people. It's like doing something that's clearly very important and personal to you. When you saw like Killian and Mathieu last year break it, obviously that made it clear that it's possible to do it on the course. Did it change the way that you were thinking about breaking 20? Or?
No, because it's my project. It's myself. I think that the worst thing in this life is do the bad things for your health and for your life. So when you are not running, but in your life, and you do some things wrong for your family, you feel really bad because you are, I don't know in English, but you are falling yourself, no? But when you do good things for you and you feel good because you help your neighbor, or you help your wife, or you help your child, you feel really nice. You feel, oh, I'm Dylan Bowman, I'm really good. So that's why it's breaking 20. I want to feel like this. It doesn't matter if Jim, Jack, or some people run in 15 hours. It's okay. It's really nice. I will do applause, really good, chapeau. But I will go to 20 hours.
I love it. I think it's important for listeners and viewers to emphasize what you said first was it's the reason why I train is for breaking 20. And for an athlete like you who has won this race and has won many races around the world, including the most important in the sport, you do need that reason to train, to stay motivated, to keep pushing. And I like how you said it's for the whole community, not just for yourself. That also helps to increase the motivation. But obviously, like in order to break 20, it means that you're going to have to push. And those who remember your victory in 2019 will remember the heroic style that you did it in, leading in Les Houches, 8K into the race, and then leading all the way back to Chamonix. How are you thinking about the race strategically? Because I'm sure you've got your splits for how to break 20 on this course, but you probably also want to be smart and tactical.
I think that this is the reason that for why I won in 2019, because I didn't want to follow the people. I wanted to follow my times, and that's the secret. And this year is the same. Last year with my DNF, the problem was that I was not following my times. I was following Kilian, Jim, Germain Grandier, Jack Miller, and we were running to the top of Col de Bonhomme. And then I saw my watch and I was like, no, Pau, you are faster than expected. And what happened? That if you are faster, your stomach close and say, no, you can't eat more. And this year is like, no, Pau, you have your times. In Les Houches in 31 minutes, in Saint-Gervais in 1 hour 45, and let's go. And if in Courmayeur I arrive and I am in 30 position, it doesn't matter. They will explode.
Yes,
I think that maybe 5 runners can finish in less than 20 hours. But not more. It's complicated.
Well, I'm excited to watch you race again. Let's talk about your season a little bit. You were 5th at Transgran Canaria. You were 2nd at the Patagonia Run. You're 3rd at Andorra. You're just like super strong and consistent. So maybe just talk about the season, how you built it. You obviously did some shorter races in addition to those highlights that I mentioned, and how all that is sort of built up towards UTMB this weekend.
So I started the year in Gran Canaria, but my level there was so bad. I didn't feel good. In the kilometer 20, I had cramps. So it was like, what is happening? No. After that, we start to work maybe better in the gym, doing some stretching, doing other kind of activation before the running, or better training, I think. But then the season has been not the best season of my life, because I won races, but not the most important ones. I wanted to win Andorra and I finished 3rd because Jean-Philippe and Ben Diham came and they ran a really good race. So in Patagonia 2nd. So it's not really nice year, but I am there normally, no?
And before, when we saw each other at Ultra Pyrenees last year, you were 3rd behind Miguel Haras and Dimitri. So maybe not winning, but you're running great times on hard courses against good competition.
Yeah, that's why I say that I have to have some motivations to train, because if you only fix your life and your job on the winning, you don't win. You win maybe 1 time or 2 times per year, but then if you lost 8 times, what happened when you are going to the bed and you sleep? You start to think, I'm not winning. I finished 2nd or 3rd. So no, the motivation has to be other motivations. So maybe wrapping up here, let's talk about your training. Anything that you've done differently this year compared to when you won here in 2019? Any things that you've been thinking about, especially to help you achieve your goals? Maybe in 2019, I trained more in Barcelona or around Barcelona, so I didn't train in a high mountain. And now I'm living in Andorra and I have big mountains there.
Cool.
So my training is different. Before, in 2019, I trained more like, today 40 kilometers. I'm going to run 40. But in Andorra, I can't do this because it's too much elevation, too much time. And I'm training now per hour. So I say, 4 hours running, 2 hours cycling. Tomorrow, 3 hours running and 3 cycling, or 6 running. Or I'm more 4 hours now.
Interesting.
Because the elevation is too much in Andorra. And then if you want to do a marathon, maybe you are 6 hours running, and it's too much to... Every day 6 hours is too much.
Wow. That's, I think, an interesting insight for an athlete of your level. I hope our listeners and viewers will pay attention to, someone like you who's done so much and now arriving at this point in your career, totally changing how you think about your training, going from thinking in kilometers and pace probably to, how many hours you're out and doing a lot on the bike too. I think that's really smart. Wrapping up, Pau, any sort of public events that you're going to be at this week that people can go see you at? I know you did a run this morning.
Yeah, this morning with North Face, but tomorrow is the first time. I don't know if before the people did it, or the pro or the athletes, or I don't know. These people have done it, but this year I organize a training for myself with the people, with the community. And then tomorrow is Wednesday, no? So yeah, tomorrow at 9, we will be in the athletic piste. The people is invited there to come. I was talking with the sponsors. I have some products of the sponsors. I will do a lottery with them, and then we will go to run in the mountain.
Cool.
1 hour. So
people can find info about that on your Instagram, probably.
Yeah. My Instagram is
cool.
All the information, and I do this because for me it's also egoist, but I need to feel the community with me for the Breaking 20.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I'm going to run, but before I want to feel good with the people and also be happy with them and talk, smile, and have a good time.
Get the energy,
and then go to my home, relax. Be concentrate, be nervous because before the races I feel very nervous. But my parents come, my family, everybody's here, so
good.
I'm like in a cave.
Yeah,
and then we will go to fight.
Go to fight. Final question I've been asking everybody here is: who is crewing for you? Why have you chosen that person? And what has he or she meant to you over your career?
So my crew is my family since I start. So my parents, my brother, my sister, my wife also, and my son that is inside my wife. So will be a new member of the crew. And why they come? Because the first reason is because I need them.
Yeah,
I need them to feel good, to be happy. When you are destroyed, it's not the same that your sponsor come and say, let's go, you can do it, because they won't, obviously, that you finish. So, but if your mother or your father say, Pau, I'm here for you,
it's amazing.
You don't need gels or nothing.
No.
You say, okay, if you are here, I can continue. So that's that one. That's why they come. And also my parents are old, so it's the reason that they can travel. I prepare all for them, the house.
I still remember when you won, when your parents greeted you at the finish line. Goosebumps.
They cry, and you are...
Everybody was crying.
And you are like, oh, you are crying for me, for you, I don't know, but everybody is crying there, the crew, so it's very nice.
Amazing. Well, Pau, you're a great champion.
Yeah.
We wish you nothing but the best this weekend. Good luck, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Dylan.